Hi guys, this is Chris. This is episode 107 of Shenanigans with Friends, and not all docked up like I was totally preparing the screen to be like.
Surprise!
I know. Hey guys, that's VJ, that's Penrose, and this is this show. How are you guys?
Shenanigans with Friends.
How's it going? How's it going, everybody?
I'm lit as fuck, so I'm doing
awesome. Cheers. Cheers.
I'm in Texas, but I have power and internet
water.
And water. So yeah,
the fucking
I'm doing better than 33,000 other people right now. So gotta feel blessed.
Seriously. And using your electricity and your internet for me, like that's what's in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, because you're special. Because you're special as a motherfucker. Duh. Like, of course.
Guys. Okay, so guys, if you guys don't know, we have a show called All Docked Up.
We do.
Documentaries. It's like the best show ever. And like, I love these guys so much. And if you guys have not ever heard the show, that's fine, because you can catch up before we do our first live show this Sunday.
Be in the car.
I hope not. I mean, but it is what it is. So I will make sure that I put all the information in the show notes so that you guys can make sure that you guys are following us, so that you guys are ready for the live show on Sunday. It's going to be fucking amazing. And I think that's just how we're going to do the show from now on. We'll see how it works out. So
it'll be
awesome.
It'll be something.
It'll be something. You guys will you'll get to see how we visually interact with each other while we're talking about these documentaries, and it's I think that really puts the nigga glitter on top. You know what I'm saying? I really think that
podcast parsley.
You feel me? I think that really adds. You guys are gonna get what you guys have been missing from the show. But until then, make sure you guys go listen to all the old episodes. They are amazing. I think you guys are going to also enjoy it. Penrose, don't forget, bro, this is your episode.
How is it my episode? This was VJ's documentary.
Oh, was it VJ? I don't think it was VJ. I'm going to figure this out right now. This is interesting.
That's not what happened.
Are we talking
this is
about
interesting.
Which one are we talking
about?
Yeah. Sure. Yep.
I'm the one that...
Yes. First of all, you're the obviously everybody says that you are the resident out of the All Docked Up. You're the resident drug aficionado. That's your shit.
Listen, we had something else picked out to watch. Do you not recall? And then you said, "Hey, we should watch this." It's on Netflix. I didn't say that. You're lying when it's gonna be a problem because that's not what happened.
You do know that I'm going through the test to see if I'm bipolar, right? I probably did say crack. My fault.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you probably did, because you definitely did. I didn't come out there.
This is the test, Penrose.
I said I watched half and my nerves was bad. That's what I said.
With the documentary, I felt like it was good. I liked it.
Listen, I'm ready.
We know you liked it.
That's the point. Anyway, okay. We'll leave our All Docked Up drama to ourselves. Okay, guys. Hey, episode 107, Shenanigans with Friends. Let's fucking get into it with these ridiculous people. Okay, so let's start off with Alex Trebek news, right? So first off, RIP to I believe the smartest guy in the world. I know maybe he had cue cards, but I personally thought that he always knew all those answers anyway, and that's what I thought he came up with the questions. So I my whole life I thought that he was just the smartest man in the world. So I'm gonna run with that. RIP to him. But look at him doing good things after he's gone. And I know that they were mentioning that in the last episodes he was kind of making a point to say to the audience give back to people and do your fucking part in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so he gave his clothing to the DOE Fund, which is an organization that provides paid work, housing, vocational training, and continuing education and comprehension and social service to Americans who have been homeless, have addictions, have been incarcerated for, extended periods of time. I think that's super dope. You know what? But really, like, you know why he picked prisons, right? Because like those niggas be hella watching Jeopardy on the fucking TV, like.
Hell yeah.
And they like hella like so like they like a nigga like getting out of prison and like receiving like an Alex Trebek like suit. Like I feel like he's the man right now. Like he's walking into that.
Trebek size.
I was waiting for you to tell me the fucking other side to this. Like this is not because okay. And you also mentioned in the text message like why everybody was black in the picture.
Exactly.
So I just went ahead and did a quick Google because I was curious as to why everybody was black. If you just go on over to doe.org for me, everybody on the site is a Negro. Every single person on this site is black, except for a little pop-up that said remembering our founder. He's white.
Okay, so look, it's a foundation of white niggas loving to give to black people.
Girl, I'm
what's
just
wrong
saying,
with that, Penrose?
I mean,
they're black.
That's
that's black.
NAACP is.
They're black, girl.
Okay.
I mean, well, they had Rachel Dolezal heading up one of the they white. We know.
No, I'm talking about the niggas that started the NAACP was white.
Yeah,
I believe that too. That's fair.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, white people have a white savior complex, but I mean, at least they got suits. Like, I would be thrilled to get a Alex Trebek suit. Like,
I mean, a parka. Like he gave away like 2 parkas.
Dress shoes, ties. Like, I don't necessarily need a suit, but I might cut the suit coat into a cute dress shit. I'd be like, I got this Alex Trebek original. Like,
every nigga just showing up in a power play suit.
What is a badass outfit? Like, listen. But like I think of it like Alex Trebek was like, listen, I'm not giving my fucking suits to no niggas that's fumbling the white bag. I'm giving it to niggas who have been like fucking like under the thumb of like everything for all the times and all the ways. Like when I read it, I was like, that's what I thought. Like I fuck with him. And he's a dope dude.
I like to believe that I like to believe in Alex Trebek 80 years that he has seen enough to where I like to believe that he was a good person, right? I like to believe that he definitely was like, this some bullshit. Black people are disenfranchised, and Reagan pumped crack into black neighborhoods. Like, I definitely want to feel like that was him, and that he definitely knows that Ronald Reagan is in hell. Might not be true, but I hope. Like, fingers crossed. Like,
I mean, absolutely.
Like I had to tell that girl, like, you know, shit happens. Like, girl, I just want you to know that's where he is. So, you know, I just hope that Alex Trebek also knows in heaven that that's where he is in hell. Like.
Exactly. Listen. Look, I don't know. So I just thought that was really cool.
And motherfuckers fine as frog here in his suits. Hey, like that's all.
Hey, like, could you imagine like going into like a fucking interview with the smartest man in the world's fucking suit on? Like
I could tell. They would be like,
how can you not give me this job?
I wouldn't talk about shit else. I literally would be like, yo, you know where I got my suit from? Change the whole
allow me to tell you. Like I'd cross my leg at the over the knee.
Unbutton it to sit. Like, listen, like, you better catch this tie.
Smooth out my Alex Trebek time and be like, yeah, you remember this? You remember this from season 75 of Jeopardy, episode 5? Yeah. They would be able to tell me a motherfucking thing. Well, sir, this is for a cashier at Kroger. Don't give a fuck. You gonna hire me or not?
Right.
This Alex Trebek suit.
Like project manager of an IT site in Washington D.C. because he had on Alex Trebek.
Nigga, all because they like we know you wanted to be a cashier, but like here's this like IT thing, like
unqualified motherfucker. Rush him to the top, quick, stack. That's Alex Trebek suit.
You already know how niggas get niggas. That is Trebek. Oh, that
nigga, that's the nigga with Alex Trebek suit.
Like, then you gotta like wear it. Like, then you gotta wear it every day. Like, then you gotta wear it every day to demand respect at your IT job that you're not at all qualified for. At least.
So basically, you gotta take it to a nigga in Chinatown and he gotta just make a replica of it. So you got like a whole like George Jetson like fucking closet where it's just the same suit forever.
They gotta know you got on Alex Trebek.
So don't play me.
Oh my God, I was thinking that you just gotta break it down and like one day you just wear the shirt, one day you wear the tie with something else, one day you wear the coat with something else, another day you wear the pants, so you get like 4 outfits out of it.
Right. And go to Burlington and get you some super cheap fucking cufflinks, but make them his initials, and niggas will believe it. Like, listen.
No, bitch, I'm gonna listen. When this snow clear up, I'm gonna have an Alex Trebek suit.
Fuck out of here.
Put a Trebek motherfucking picture on your desk at work.
We were great friends. That's why he left me this suit.
What if you know how like the suits have like the tags on the inside, like the little panels? Yeah. Like what if like you opened it up and it was just a picture of this nigga on the inside?
Trebek. And
that's how you know it's a Trebek original, nigga, because he got a picture of him wearing that suit, nigga.
Like pointing
it ain't even yeah. You open that shit, it just say TB, and it's a nigga. Shout out to Alex Trebek, man.
We love you.
Yeah, so much. Oh man. Okay. So some crazy shit happened. I literally have tears right now. I'm literally crying.
Niggas love Alex Trebek, girl, but past paycheck goes shit. My mama might try to jump in the grave with
child. But here's the issue with Pat. Why is he still trying to look like he looked when we was 4? Like, what is happening? Like, let it happen, bro. Like, he keep getting tighter and tighter, my nigga.
That's why Pat going off on bitches 9 days on the show.
No, bitch, ain't no S. Somebody already asked that.
It's like these guys, like they're smoothing his face back and like stapling it under his like hair, like stapling it under his wig.
It just keeps doing this. Like, I don't like it. I'm scared it's gonna rip. I'm scared it's gonna rip.
That nigga saw how quick niggas forgot about Bob Barker. He was like, not me.
He said, Botox, nigga.
Right. I will keep working.
Right. Oh my God. Okay, so some crazy shit happened in New Jersey. Some girl that worked for a company named C-Box. Now, what did y'all think that meant? What did y'all think that was?
That what was?
C-Box. If you work for a company named C-Box, like,
I assumed that they made shipping containers.
Did you? You're so smart. I was just like, what is happening? And I need to Google it immediately.
I was straight going for outdoor gear, primarily in the camping area. But
I was thinking, I went like super white person and was like biodegradable, like lunch containers, like made out of the fucking like 6 fucking plastic little rings that the fucking seals be having around their neck and shit. Like made from that shit. Like I immediately went there. I was like, C-Box, okay. Like, but nope. It's definitely just shipping stuff because BJ's smarter than both of us. So.
Right, real shit.
I just listened. Okay. I just made a guess. That was it.
It was amazing.
I just guessed.
Next to me blowing the spot up.
So wild enough. Like I read the article. Miss Mama's name is Karen, and I said that's very fitting.
Karen O'Brien. So she was a former human. Why can't I talk today? Human resources manager who was charged with embezzling with more than like $600,000 from C-Box.
Right.
First of all, can we talk about how there's a place in New Jersey called Shenanigans?
Ooh, Shenanigans.
Shenanigans?
Onomatopoeia, huh?
I like it.
It says Shenanigans-based C-Box Incorporated. So like Shenanigans, like that is somebody should name their kid that.
Yep.
Who took the time to name a town that?
Shenanigans.
Yeah,
like, I don't know. I mean, but like honestly, wouldn't you want your town to have like a real well thought out name? Like
that ain't it, but yeah.
I mean, right? I mean, maybe not that. It sounds like fucking Crackle and Pop live there or some shit, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Like they make graham
like
crackers out of there.
Falling asleep on a heroin overdose and was trying to tell you who his next contact was. Like,
and it was cinnamon, but it came out cinnamon. Because drugs.
Yeah, it's drugs. That seems like that answers a lot of questions. Because drugs.
Easily.
So she embezzled more than $600,000 from her employer, basically over a year, using like their credit cards to buy things like Saks Fifth Avenue, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and then a butt for her and her friend.
Yeah, she got plastic surgery, yeah.
Yeah, her and her friend came to Vegas and got new booties on C-Box.
Didn't she? Yeah, C-Box's dime. Didn't she also like pay for her family to go to Puerto Rico or some shit? Like
she absolutely did. There was a vacation for her. It don't even say family. It says her and others. So that could just be like random
could be any
out on the street, like to vacation to Puerto Rico. Yeah, like absolutely. She's 41. Oh, when she got pulled over, she had like 30,000 on her. Like, I don't even understand how you get cash from your fucking employer's fucking credit cards. Like, right. I don't know who carries around $300,000 either. That was
shout out to the police
for buy some.
I mean, shout out to the police officer for for seeing $30,000 in cash and immediately thinking that she sold drugs. Like, amen.
I mean, like, treat them all the same. I say. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, I'm equal opportunity here. If my black ass had 30 grand in the car, they definitely take me to jail and say I sold drugs. So I'm just glad that they saw it the same way for her.
Exactly. So basically, like I said, they said it took place over like the course of 12 months, and she was just defrauding the company. And so I read this, right, and I thought about back when I was like 19 years old, and I worked for, I guess I could say, I worked for Expedia, right? Okay. And we were in like the top tier, and we did like cruise booking and shit. Basically, like we did bookings for people that like they would just call us at the exact same time every year, and we would find them a new place to go. Like that kind of stuff. Like we didn't really take a lot of incoming calls. Like we took like specific calls from specific people. Right. And so I never forget this shit. So it was this girl, and she would like one day she just started getting like flowers and stuff like sent to the office. And this is like after like we might have heard about her girlfriend like maybe like 2 weeks before. So I guess it's like, oh, like new girlfriend. Okay, good, flowers. And then it starts like to get like crazier. Like now she's like renting out like or leasing out like super crazy cars and stuff like that. And then we see her, like I personally saw her like on fucking like Louis Vuitton's website and shit, and like she was ordering stuff for her girlfriend at work, like or whatever. And she definitely had took one of our like customers' credit cards and was just like shuffling through like 2 or 3 customers and just going through their credit cards. And they have so much money that it like took a really long time for them to realize it. And really the only way that she started getting caught up was doing the online shopping from the fucking office.
From work, yeah. You stupid.
And so I totally thought about this. I don't even know how much they got her on, but I was like, damn, it's gonna probably be hard for you to ever get a job like with you doing shit like that. Like
well, but basically she's not gonna get a job handling money. Like she can get a job. She's just not getting a job doing what she's doing, and she's not gonna get a job handling money. Like that type of theft, because she was in HR. Like that's a specialized degree. So now your degree is worthless. Who the fuck is gonna let you work in HR and you're supposed to be handling the company's issues? You're like you got felony embezzlement on your record.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Like that's not a misdemeanor. That's a felony.
You didn't use this money to do nothing constructive. You ain't
nothing really.
You ain't bought no house, no nothing.
Nope.
You just out here balling.
No,
that's
stupid bitch.
That's a lot of like that. And I guess so I guess maybe C-Box is doing very well. I want to call it C-Biscuit so bad. I want to call it C-Biscuit so bad. So C-Box, I guess, is doing very well because realistically speaking, like my company has company credit cards. I don't have a company credit card because there's no need for me to have one. The HR person is in the building with me. She has a company credit card. So if I need anything, I can use hers and I just have to bring her the receipt. So there was no need to issue us both credit cards. However, the limit on her credit card is like $2,000. Like and then the sales guys, because they have to wine and dine our customers, I think theirs is like 10 grand. But nobody has access to 600,000 fucking, like, even over the span of a year, that is a lot of goddamn money. Like,
that's
that is
a lot of fucking money.
That's a lot of money for you to have access to. And then I guess my question is, like, anybody that's worked somewhere where they reimburse you for mileage, or they reimburse you for things that you purchase, or they give you a card that belongs to the company and tell you to go buy something, you have to do expense reports. Yeah. Like, you have to bring back the receipts. So how did she not do an expense report?
Who was helping her? Who was helping her?
The others that went to Puerto Rico, I guarantee you one of them has to work in the department that handles their payments and the credit cards, because there's no other explanation for nobody catching that for a fucking year you were buying ass implants and trips to Puerto Rico on the credit card. Like, I'm just like, in any regularly functioning place, like, that is just not even a thing you're able to do. I have to send them a receipt. I have Adobe Acrobat on my computer and they have me on the monthly plan that bills like $20 or something. I have to send them a fucking receipt every month when they bill that shit to the company card. Wow. For $24. So I just don't see how you can go to Louis Vuitton on these people's dime and nobody was like, so where's the receipt for this $5,000 purchase? Right. That's a lot of toilet paper, girl. What is...
Right.
Look, she was fucking somebody until
highlighters and staples.
Yeah, I was like, that's a lot of staplers, highlighters. What did she tell them? She bought new computers and cubicles for everybody? Like, what I bought MacBooks for the entire office. They really needed them. Everyone also got an iPad. Like, what the...
Right.
Like, how do you justify that?
You can't.
That is hilarious. Like, that is some top level embezzlement. God bless her. Because I can only think of one other person that pulls some shit off like that. And we'll have to, that is a documentary that we will have to watch. Because nobody dies, but that bitch is a top level scammer. Her name is Rita Crundle or something like that. And she basically was like a city manager, scammed them out of millions of dollars, was buying horses, travel trailers, houses. Horses, baby, had the top level racing horses on their asses, had a studded out travel trailer for the horses. The horses got rhinestone fucking cages and shit.
Yes, bitch, please, we gotta watch that.
Millions of dollars. We will have to watch that. But yeah, that's what it reminded me of immediately, because Miss Mama's embezzled that poor little city out of all their cash.
Oh my God. It's like, what nerve is that? That you don't need to be able to do some shit like this.
Right. Like, I was like, surely I've had access to the company credit card, but I've never been like, you know what? Let me go buy a Ferrari. Like,
nigga, I don't know.
Well, I could use a new Chanel bag. Let me go.
Right. Let me see the card. I'll just chalk this up to Starbucks. Like, okay.
I bought the whole office coffee.
Right. Everybody thirsty as fuck. Listen.
That's a lot of caramel macchiatos, bitch.
A lot of caramel macchiatos.
We had, they were all venti, and we had extra shots of espresso. What you mean?
Right.
That's from the company, baby. We hauled out them $30,000 for 10 drinks. Yeah.
Listen. So obviously she's lost her job. They didn't really say what happened as far as like the legal part. But she's pretty fucked. So.
Well, she going to jail.
Yeah.
Unless she gonna pay restitution. You know, she white, so let's not say she's going to jail. More than likely, she's not going to jail. She's gonna have to pay restitution, do some community service, and if she's a first-time offender, she'll be back out on the street to embezzle somebody else's money real soon.
Exactly. Real soon.
Real soon. Coming to a Kroger near you in an Alex Trebek.
An Alex Trebek original. Yep. So, I talked about this person. His name is Yuri Tolochno. I don't know how to say Russian for like, I don't know how to say like those types of names. Toloch, no, like there's no like vowels in it, so I don't know how to say it.
Yuri, no vowels.
You already know vows. So he's from Kazakhstan. You guys know where Borat is from. And he married his love doll, right? He had a whole like wedding for it. There was like a whole Instagram like video of it. Like people came to this wedding with him and this love doll. And they have been happily married, but I guess he loved her too hard. And
wasn't
she
this nigga already married though?
No, to the doll.
I thought it said he was cheating on his wife with the doll.
His wife,
no, baby, you misread that. His wife is the doll.
Oh, my
his
God.
wife.
Yeah, like he's married to a sex robot, basically.
Yes, basically. And like he takes her on vacations and all of that stuff, but I think he loved her too hard, and so she's in the shop and
loved her.
What is this?
Yeah, you know.
Vacations to where though? Like, what are we doing?
I mean, where like
where do you go on vacations?
Right, like I can show you I can find his Instagram, but like
picture
like
popped up at the bottom of the link, like the link you sent, like the picture of his Instagram showed up where they got married.
Yeah.
Like, side note, her dress was cute as fuck. Like, listen,
it was very cute.
Ass wedding dress, girl.
It was an amazing wedding dress, like it was. But like they be like going like they be going everywhere, like on vacations and spending their lives together. But basically.
But this thing doesn't even look like anything remotely close to a human. That's the shit that got me. Was like,
I mean, she looked like a synthetic Barbie, like she looked like a synthetic mannequin. But listen, he have a little wig cute, and she be having little ensembles. Like he have, you know when ugly people dress up real nice. That's what he do for me.
Yeah. Like, yeah, her mouth looks weird, but that's because her mouth is for like a specific thing, right? Like,
right, yeah.
So she has to have an overbite. She's got to have an overbite.
You know, it's
like,
got to.
Like you're being too harsh on her, Penrose. So listen,
she's made for a certain purpose. She's doing the best she can.
Basically.
I just don't get the mentality of like how a motherfucker can actually fall for like a sex toy. Like even if you wanted to use one, how do you fall in love with a sex toy?
Because
have you never watched that show on TLC where those people like were in love with inanimate objects? Like that shit's wild. You gotta watch that.
Yeah, dudes be like sticking their like shit in like tailpipes and stuff. Like,
yeah, it was a dude that was in love with the car and wanted to marry it. Like it was wild.
Like and he like does it.
Yeah, with the car.
It's animate, though. It has no emotion. It has no feeling. It can't do anything for you.
Because they don't like women. Penrose.
It's because
they hate women. What do you want me to say? They hate women.
It's tough. I feel for them. Not really.
Like they hate women, or it's always the ones who don't have good luck with women or don't have the ability to talk to women. And it's always the sex doll understands me and lets me do whatever weird shit that I want to do, like chain her to a radiator and pee on her hair.
Is it that she understands, or is it that
she can't complain? No? Right, so she can't say no. Like that's basically what it is. Like we're talking about people who want complete control over a woman. They know they can't do that, so they go out and buy a doll that they can just have sex with however they want to, and there's not going to be any judgment. Like,
right. And so the consequence of having one and just doing whatever you want is sometimes it has downtime. And
yeah, sometimes
that means she's got to go to maintenance and shit. Yeah, she got to go to the shop. So when your bitch got to go to the shop, you and not the hair shop or the nail shop. I
mean, Geek Squad from Best Buy came and picked her up.
Like Geek Squad.
She was in a little Geek Squad car. They put it in the trunk.
They just put her in the trunk of that little Geek Squad car.
Yeah, took her to Best Buy. Yeah.
If you got a receipt for your bitch and it didn't come from the goddamn OBGYN or a PhD type goddamn nigga, it's the problem. Like, how you got a receipt for your old lady?
Just in case something breaks.
He also gave her plastic surgery. He also got her plastic surgery done.
Exactly. Because she's surgery on plastic.
You get more plastic on plastic.
She needed it redone a little.
He said he paid for her to get plastic surgery as she developed a complex.
She developed a complex? Yo,
she did.
Okay.
I think he just bought her and then realized that it was really dumb to throw away a $30,000 sex doll. So he took her back and made him put bigger titties on her.
Oh, wow. Listen, let's get past the sexual part. Let's get into the mental health. This nigga is fucking crazy.
Well, that's obvious because when we look at what the fuck he is cheating on his wife with while she's in the shop.
Right.
What is happening? What is happening?
Like was it a metal ring with a hole or was it?
How do I explain this?
It looked like a group. You know how they sell. Okay, this is gonna sound stupid, but you know how like you have a shower curtain and you buy like separate like shower curtain rings and they come in like the package and it's like the metal ones with like the little beads on it. That's what it looked like to me, just like a bunch of shower curtain rings like together.
I'm just like, yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
It just looked like a bunch of metal shower curtain rings. It was crazy.
I want to show some of the video, but like I don't want to show some of that video. Like I don't really understand what's happening, and it's a lot, guys. It's just basically I think it's a mask. Is it a mask? I don't know what it is. It's not another sex doll. It's a thing that looks like mad shower curtain rings. It looks like it has a dick hole, but he's not using it.
Yeah, it's got a hole and it's just rings, and he was just like making noises. Like I clicked the video.
He had his underwear on, like so he wasn't like fucking it, but he was like making weird noises and like rubbing it on himself and like touching all of the shower curtain rings, and I don't know what's wrong with him.
It was a sensory experience.
I was kind of more okay with him having an elaborate wedding with the sex doll
than whatever that was.
That's
with whatever this is.
Matrix, that's how you know all this shit is somebody. Man, come on, man. Like, listen, there's some outlandish people out here, right? I'm more willing to like be okay with understanding the nigga that ate off the other nigga face because he was off bath salts than I am to understand the nigga that is cheating on an inanimate object with more inanimate objects. Like, what the fuck?
Why? Because you think that it's not cheating because he not married to nothing he can cheat on in the first place?
Listen, okay, so if he had he was cheating, like that's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to figure out. I feel like you're like
she don't have feelings, so she can't be cheated on.
Yeah, that's what I feel like, and
I mean, but to him,
he stood in front of God and Plastic God and the owner and the founder of Mattel and all his
and
friends,
Sauls and everybody.
He stood up in front of Barbara and Kenneth. Barbara and Kenneth and Kelly.
What was the brown haired was name? Mitch.
Chris. Mitch. Yes, Mitch. Listen, all I'm saying is that he married. Yes, talking about Barbie.
Yeah, we talking about Barbies. Naming all the Barbies, the whole family.
Christy didn't come though. She's too black for this. But listen. I just feel like he stood in front of like the world and basically said, "You're my plastic bitch." Like, so I just don't. I think that she can have feelings. She can have a complex to need titties. So, wait, but did she need the titties or did he need the titties?
We're talking about mental health. I think really the thing here is that even though we're laughing, we acknowledge that obviously there's something that's not wired correctly in him for him to be in love with an inanimate object, right? But to him, that inanimate object has feelings and has a complex, and he got in front of God and his family, and well, I don't know if his family came, they probably did not, but whoever came. Plastic chairs, mannequins from Saks Fifth. I don't know really who she knows, but what I'm saying is I don't know what other sex doll circles she runs in. So what I'm saying is I don't know who else might have been there? Like, is she? I don't know. Is she like a? I mean, she looked like she's an entry model, so maybe she don't run with the $100K dolls. Maybe she run with the $30,000 dolls. You know, I'm just saying. I don't know.
She's a rainbow type bitch.
I'm saying, I'm just saying, I don't know her people. Like, you know, like you got the Barbies and the Bratz dolls, and then you had like them dolls they sold at Dollar Tree. Like, I don't know
the ones that when you got in the tub with them, their water is filled with water. Their head filled with water.
Yes,
you had to squeeze it, but then her face was like
mushed in, like. And then like their limbs and shit were filled with water too because they were hollow, like they were thin ass plastic. Like
they were just like thin plastic. So like if you didn't like get all the water out the dollar store dolls, like that shit would be. They would just gross. Be full of water and they would like stink. Yeah, absolutely. It would be gross.
Very, very much so. It's like a plastic ass bottle. Definitely, it absolutely is. But I'm just saying, like, it might be her people.
Always resented the family members that brought you those fucking dolls, and then you had to play with it.
You know they ran into Dollar General and got you the $7 joint. You'd be like, look, we got real Barbies over here. I can't let this bitch come in the Barbie camper. What is this?
And then you just grab them all and throw them in the tub. Next thing you know, this bitch got water head.
She's not allowed in Barbie's dream house is the point. So what I'm saying is that Miss Mamas might not be running with the people with the good Barbies. I don't know her people. So I don't know who he stood up in front of the people with. But what I'm saying is to him, it's very real. To him, she's very real and she has real feelings and they go on real trips and he is really in love. Now, I don't know what part of the DSM-5 that is. I don't know what mental illness that is classified as, but if you study psychology and would like to talk to me about it, I have time to listen because I don't have any hobbies. So I would love to hear what mental illness this is. Now I'm curious because
I mean, he spent. You guys have to go to the fucking Instagram, like the video. Like he spent fucking money. Like he spent fucking coins on this fucking wedding. Like he feels a way about this.
Yeah, like it was like yeah, woman or doll or whatever. That's what I'm saying. If we're making jokes and we're laughing, obviously he feels something.
He like and believes this.
Whether that's love or mental illness or some type of like world that he's built in his imagination and he's not living in reality, I'm not sure, but to him it's real. So
and that's why people came to the wedding, because he believes it's real. So people were like, all right, my nigga.
Which is why people were also in the comments talking about, are you cheating on your wife? And he was like, maybe, because they were trying to be fucking funny. Like I'm sure they were trying to be funny.
If I called y'all and told y'all I was marrying a plastic bitch, y'all really showing up?
I would be honest with you. I would probably call Chris first.
You probably what?
I would probably call Chris. I would be like, okay, just let me know.
We would have to decide that we are going together. I feel like
here's the thing. Like I think if you are. I feel like the three of us, like I always joke, I tell people like we're each other's spirit animals. It's the Midwest. We're each other's spirit animals. And so like if you told me some shit like that, I would just be in shock because you would be the last person I would think that would say some shit like that. So then I would have to be like, I
have to come because I need to I need to see this. And
I would have to be like, what is happening here? And I don't know that I could judge that from where I am away from you. Like, I don't know that me calling you on the phone and being like, are you okay, is going to solve whatever problem you have. So then I'm going to have to get off the phone and be like, yeah, just send, you know what? If you get married, just send me the date. Bet I'll be there. And I'm going to get off the phone and I'm going to call Chris and I'm going to be like, bitch, we got to get to wherever is this nigga in Detroit. Bitch, we got to find out where he is. We have got to get there now. Kids, I'm gonna go board these dogs. Bitch, put some shit in a backpack, pack you some bread and some water and some sandwiches, bitch. We's going on a road trip. Because we got to get over here and see what the fuck is wrong with him. Seriously, do you have his mama number? Do you know any of his ice contacts? This is a cry for help. Like, I don't know what this is, but this nigga called somebody he gonna marry a mannequin.
Listen.
And the only mannequin I know is Kim Cattrall, and that bitch old now.
Yo, I cannot.
I would be concerned. Like you talking about, I would have to come. Like, and that's the thing. You show up for the people that you care about. So maybe they are trying to get him help behind the scenes and he's just declining to take it. Because if we show up and I'm like, Penrose, you look crazy. Like, this is nuts. But you done already spent $50,000. What the fuck can I do or say at that point?
We got to deal with it then.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm about to get in these pictures. I'm about to eat these shrimp.
about to catch the bouquet and just whatever.
Nigga,
because at that
point, about to do this cha-cha slide.
Because you committed to this. Like, even if it doesn't make sense to me, at some point I have to let you. You're an adult, and if you're refusing mental health help, then what else can I do? But say, yeah, Penrose married a sex doll. I don't love it. She not welcome in my home, but when he come to visit, she got to stay in the trunk. But whatever. Like, what do you do?
Her eyes are closed and it creeps.
Yeah, her eyes don't close at night. So she got to be in the closet because the bitch be scared. He be leaving her on the couch, and I'm scary. So yeah, she can't stay in here. That's all I can do is be like, don't leave your bitch on the fucking couch. I'm scary. Her eyes don't close. You look like a fucking Teddy Ruxpin.
Why does nigga leave his door open?
And it's just a dinging. It's a
so,
oh, what if that's the sound the sex doll makes when he nuts in it? Like he wants eyes. Like it's a casino.
Yes, nigga. Oh, you know how it's gross the inside of that thing is, probably.
Oh god.
Like, do those things have like removable things? Like they should have like removable things, right?
Oh my god, do you watch Archer? It reminds me of Katya with her vagina in the sink.
Oh my god. Yes. That's what I kind of need from these things to not be like grossed out. Okay, so guys, we understand he has an issue. Let's move on to more white man issues. A Sydney real estate agent attacked 2 women in one night. He is accused of attacking one woman with a samurai sword, allegedly took 4 Viagra pills, and then repeatedly punched another woman, all in the same incident. Now, what's so funny about the article that I sent y'all is that it doesn't use the words, like basically it was an article that said that he had knighted the other woman, that like, and I guess that meant like bonking her on the fucking head. And I want to find it because like I need it.
Said he knighted her.
He took 4 Viagra. So did he do this with his dick or with a sword?
That is another good question because wasn't a samurai sword, wasn't his penis. He took 4 Viagra pills. I feel like after the third one, it's not even about like keeping it hard. It's literally just like extending it at that point.
That doesn't hurt. Like
it has to hurt.
Maybe that's why he was so aggressive and punching the other lady in the face. If he took 4 Viagra, I know that shit hurt.
But why would he take 4 Viagra?
Because niggas do.
He was trying to fuck.
That's what they said in the thing. He obviously had sexual intentions if he planned to take 4. Maybe he felt like he needed 2 per woman.
Damn, does that mean his dick is like on regular times? His dick like beyond trash. That he's like one is for mediocre, 2 is for decent, 3 is for she might think she might call me back. 4 is like she's never leaving.
why is it always white men who have just samurai swords lying around? Like, why don't samurais have their fucking swords? Like, I'm curious. Like, why do these white men have these Asian people's swords? Like, why do you keep taking their swords?
Wasn't fucking Tom Cruise the last samurai? Like, ever since then, I feel like white people, like, white men have to have samurai swords.
Like, he's also probably the last Scientologist. Like, listen, Tom Cruise is the last white man to stand on Oprah's couch ever. Like, listen, it's probably a lot of shit. So, I keep waiting for the announcement that Tom Cruise has, decided to recreate L. Ron Hubbard's Sea Org and buy a yacht, have a bunch of servants on it or shit. Girl, I just expect to hear some crazy shit from him very soon. So I don't know. It's coming. I just feel like he's off his rocker, so it's all coming. But it's just like they always got a samurai sword. Like that is concerning. Like
it is. It really
is.
It's
concerning. Like every time I look up, you got a samurai sword. Like why do you have this?
Not
It's
every
like
time.
every time I look up, it's a white person with a samurai sword trying to stab somebody. Like that's their go-to, girl. Like that's their 2 a.m. jam. Like, oh, it's time to fuck some shit up. Let me get a samurai sword. They love that shit off. They love that shit almost as much as they love guns. Girl, they get crazy.
Because it's about the distance. Like you can't have a fucking hand knife. Like you gotta have like a whole samurai sword so you can get this nigga from all the way back there so he doesn't have a chance to get up on you.
But they don't. Okay,
so basically they scary. Okay, so basically they scary. Okay, yes, they scary. Yes. Okay.
They just pulling that motherfucker out and swinging like goddamn
crying and shit.
Not crying,
swinging it and screaming and shit, not even looking. Yeah, but all jokes aside, like he definitely tried to like murder 2 women, and that's not okay.
He definitely did. And I did they ever say like what the women were there for? Like were they there for sex? Like did he take those 4 Viagras and they came an hour late? Like
and they didn't really say that. And I just feel like if it's one nigga with 4 Viagra and 2 of you, it seems as if he might have paid for your time. I don't know what y'all were supposed to do. Maybe you intended to play tennis and have Capri Suns, but
maybe he was trying to make a snuff film. I don't know. Like
perhaps he planned to, tell them about the word of Jesus Christ when they got there and have refreshments. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure, but I do feel like he certainly paid them to be there.
I think that he did. Because it's just like we never found out why they were there.
You definitely paid for them to be there.
Like unless you just take that shit before you go to bed, like
stop by. I just feel like he definitely paid for their time and he took 4 Viagra. And to me, it sounds like maybe they got there and they was like, no, we not on that. And he was like, you definitely on it. And now I have to start with this
like you about to get on it.
Yeah, like you're gonna get on it. Like you might not have come here for that, but you're here now and I paid and now you're gonna do it. So
they walked in and the first thing they heard was Jasmine Sullivan sit on it. Like, bitch, where are we at?
Yeah, I really like Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think after 4 Viagra pills, if it definitely doesn't get longer, it gets blue as fuck. Like,
but that's the thing, right? Because so Viagra you're only supposed to take 1. Is my understanding? You're supposed to take 1. And then
that one has a warning that if it keep it over, like the fucking one has a warning that like if you don't,
if you
like you gotta call a fucking doctor, go to the hospital.
Yeah, you gotta go to the doctor. Like so I to take
4. It's obviously gonna stay hard, well, and fucking far beyond the 4 hours or whatever.
That man does it just seems drugs that we don't know about because that's the only people that do that shit. People with drug habits, like I can take a little bit more.
Like maybe he has a high tolerance because he was doing other drugs. Maybe he's
to get his dick high. Like I don't understand.
No, but he's doing other drugs, and so he has like a drug tolerance of sorts. So he's like, fuck it, I'll just take 4. Like it says take. People like. It says to take 2, it says to take 2 ibuprofen, but I have migraines. I take 4 ibuprofen and it's never done shit to me. So but I also wouldn't recommend somebody who has minor headaches to be like, I wouldn't give an 8-year-old 4 ibuprofen either.
Exactly.
So I think it's just, him thinking in his mind, I can take 4. Like, I don't think he ever thought.
I definitely.
My dick is going to be hard for 64 hours. Like, I think he was just like, cool. And then he realized his dick was going to be hard for 64 hours. And the bitches was definitely not giving no BJs or trying to fuck or nothing. They definitely wanted the juicy juice and some snacks.
That was it.
And like he just went berserk. Then he started trying to stab people and like beat them up. I dead ass feel like they came there for one thing and then tried to pull a bait and switch. And he had already taken 4 baggers and got very mad.
That's so fucked up.
I can see that being exactly what happened.
I mean, because it's the only thing that makes sense. Because otherwise, why were they there? Like
exactly.
What else were they there for? Like,
and they're not specifically saying who they are or that they are co-workers or girlfriend and her friend or nothing like that. It's just like two women almost got murked out like
at the
Viagra pills.
Didn't say it was their residence, just that they were at a residence. So
together, all of them were at a residence. Like, so yeah.
And there seemed to be no other witnesses, so we can only infer.
Yeah. So he's 44 and he is in the hospital because he got injured during his arrest. And they also didn't say what the fuck they did to him. Probably like, get that dick away from me, bro.
Did you get slammed on your dick, nigga? Like,
I would like to think he got slammed on his dick. That makes it.
Somebody's legs sweep the shit off that
nigga. He got slammed on his dick.
They were like, get down. And he's like, I can't. They were like, yeah, you can't. What? Like, it's like body slam.
Oh, no. His dick went like a fucking flexi straw, nigga.
It was like,
all I can imagine is like in a cartoon when a mummy get fucked up and they be in all different kind of like, is this nigga, they probably got bandages on his dick. He got like
hella wrapped up.
Yeah,
but it's still like
my mind is still like this. He's like laying there in the bed with like a diaper of bandages, like going all the way up his
all the way to the tip. Like
whole time he like, Jared told me I should only take one. This is some bullshit.
Fuck, he really said just take one. Here, my fucking sister.
Yeah, I think all this could avoid it if he would have just taken one Viagra and just done a couple of less lines of coke, and he'd have been fine.
Right. Fine. I definitely imagine like a mound of coke somewhere in the room, and that they're also not talking about.
There was like cocaine in that situation.
Yeah, I feel like they were like, this is embarrassing enough, and so I think we're probably just gonna have to just go with the assault. We can worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
So like, we got to whatever drugs they are. So
whenever his dick unravels, he's gonna be charged with wounding with intent to murder, assault, occasioning actual bodily harm, and trespassing. So trespassing, that means he came to somewhere else with a hard dick?
Is he there?
Nigga, wait. So he changed the whole story. He came, he brought dick.
Let me find out that they were trying to be safe, and they were like, we'll just invite him over here and we'll have fun over here.
And he knocked on the door with his dick.
Yeah. And he like thumped the door with his dick. He was like, bop, bop, bop. And then they opened the door and he was like, surprise, bitches, look what I brought. Now the party can start. And they were like, wow. So hold it right there. Put your dick away.
What we came for.
Well, this is not what you came over
we
here for.
Invited you for, right?
And he was like, shink.
And he was like, now I must defend my honor. Whoosh. Like
he literally came with a trench coat and a fucking samurai sword and nothing else.
Absolutely playing the Highlander their asses. There can only be one, bitches. And it will be me.
And it'll be me.
Until you find out he was charged with trespassing, not because he went to their house, but because he was fake flashing at his homeboy's mansion. And he's like,
she's like, nigga, you trying to kill two bitches at my house?
Right. It's Jordan's house, the one that told him to take one Viagra from his house.
Take one and make sure you water my plants, nigga.
Bet they're like friends, and he was just like, I can hook you up with some.
My friend, and the cop was like, you can bring this nigga up on charges. Oh, I can? Nigga, fuck you.
Do that.
I guarantee you they're like rich friends or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I can get you two girls for the weekend. Blige, some shit like that. Like,
right.
He told me he could put him on, and then he just went berserk. And now he has to be like, I don't know you.
And now
I don't know who this lunatic is. He broke in. I have no clue. Because don't you work together? Don't know.
He told him he took 4 Viagra with the same 2 bitches before. Just like all niggas do when we elaborate and lie on our fucking dicks. Nigga, shit, I had her and her. 4 Viagra's deep, nigga.
As my dad likes to say, sometimes you got to get together with your friends for a little laughing and lying.
Yes, laughing
that's when he's laughing and lying. So yeah, I guess I can see that.
This nigga thought his friend was keeping it real, and when keeping it real goes wrong, goddamn.
I guess this is our public service announcement. If you are a man and you have friends, don't tell them that you took 4 Viagra. And also, if you are a man with a penis, don't take 4 Viagra.
Don't take 4 Viagra.
Like, just for like your own health.
Yeah, like I like to promote, emotional well-being and health. So, just avoid sex dolls and 4 Viagra's. Like, just away from those
Your
things.
life will be pristine, I promise.
Yeah, I think so. All right.
Piggyback on that Viagra shit real quick. I'm mad that all these young niggas is doing these Blue Chew commercials. Like, you niggas dick don't work.
What's Blue Chew? What's Blue Chew?
It be all on Instagram and shit. It's like some off-brand Viagra.
Okay, now I don't want to know about that. Okay,
It's like an hour later. Like, why you can't chew?
I guess right. It'll be these.
So what is like? It's like baby aspirin for erectile dysfunction.
It's a Flintstone fucking.
It's a Flintstone fucking chewy vitamin.
It'll be these girls like, hey baby, what you just took? Girl, I just took a Blue Chew. It keep me harder, longer, more stamina. Like, nigga, stop trying to
So like a gas station pill?
Basically.
It's like the gas station joint?
Yes. But you know why young dudes are promoting that, because their dicks don't work because they be taking too many drugs.
Yeah, they be on Zadies and lean. Their dicks don't work.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
Anyway. I once dated a guy whose dick didn't work.
What is, like, constantly?
Well, he was a little chubby and he had some blood pressure situations going on. And so when you take blood pressure pills to regulate your blood pressure, it makes your dick go meow, like an elephant. And so, yeah. Bless his heart. Shout out to you wherever you are. We didn't last long after that, but I hope he's well. I hope he got that fixed. I didn't stick around to see.
At least you tried.
I didn't try. So yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
let's be real here.
No one has time for that. So speaking of meat, there was 194 pounds of it that was trying to be illegally smuggled at the Mexico border. Why?
Well, here's the thing: it wasn't really meat because it was definitely bologna. No, there was no drugs. It was bologna.
Right, that's what I thought. It was literally just bologna. I mean,
so it's not even meat.
Bologna's.
It's mini meat.
It was meat.
It's mini meat.
It's meatish.
It's many different meats. It's a patchwork quilt of meat, if you will.
It's a
collage of meat.
It's like a charcuterie. Like
it is. It is, but not the good ones.
No, not the good ones.
No.
I mean,
you ever seen a Fabergé egg that was disgusting looking? That's bologna.
Listen, and I don't want to make it seem like I don't have respect for bologna. Like, I've definitely eaten many a fried bologna, fried salami sandwiches. Like, I don't want you guys to feel like I'm disrespecting the bologna.
But I just feel like if you're going to smuggle something across the border, why would that be it? Like, if there was meat to smuggle, like, why don't you have
roast beef?
Like, why don't you have?
I mean, even if you want to keep with the lunch meat, like roast beef pastrami, like I don't.
Why? Yeah, like why is this the meat kill you want to die on?
Who really was on the other side? Like, nigga, they bringing that bologna.
That's the part that confused me. Like, I'm not saying you can't have a bologna sandwich, but there's plenty of it here. It's scrap meat. So why would you need to smuggle some in?
I love how they just be like illegal bologna. Like, okay, like it's made with some shit that like ain't cleared in the U.S. Like,
which is kind of what it is.
It's horse bologna.
Which is kind of the truth. Like, we're saying that in a letter, but that's actually kind of it.
But
like,
it's actually
very iffy. The FDA is very finicky about you not declaring meats and cheeses and other things of that nature that you get from other countries, because then you start getting into like hand and foot disease and like mad cow disease and whatever else that the animals could because not everybody's regulations are the same for animals.
Right.
And oh my God, what a way to die!
Look,
Death by fried bologna sandwich. Oh my God.
And if you're black, somebody would totally be like, it was because he fried it in grease, like, and not because it's fucking alien fucking
ass mad cow bologna.
The way I always knew, Asia was a little bit different on how they eat and shit, right? But when Corona happened, did y'all see the shit where dogs went from livestock to pets in Asia? Dogs were considered livestock in Asia, nigga. Like that shit was real. This whole Harley chopping niggas up. All of a sudden, Corona happened. You can't push them dogs no more. Now all of a sudden, they pets.
He says you can't push those dogs no more. But guys, even if, but this baloney though.
I mean, I imagine before people realized they could ride horses to kill other food, the horses
they were eating
them. The horses was food. I believe it.
Horse meat stew and shit.
Man, these niggas was eating the fuck out of them horses.
The fuck out of them. They surely were.
Literally. But even if this bologna was okay, it's not after it rides in a trunk. Like nothing about this picture of this bologna in the trunk made me feel like it's refrigerated enough.
It's a chilly day. That's a chilly day.
Right. Mexico to Texas, Mexico to California.
Right. Where's he going?
Mexico did I come from?
Exactly.
I mean, they were saying it might have been okay.
Listen,
maybe they froze it before they left, and they only needed to go like 3 or 4 hours. Like you put in a deep freezer before you leave.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine a nigga that wholeheartedly took the wrong shipment, and that's how the became illegal? They've been tracking this nigga for the whole time, and all of a sudden somebody put the wrong shit in his car. And now it's illegal baloney because they ain't found the fucking $30 million in drugs they thought they were.
I mean, I think, they confiscated the bologna and charged him $500, and I just really don't believe that's $500 worth of bologna. Like,
it's definitely not. What the fuck? What? Like, I feel like you would have to fill my. You have to fill my entire house, like my entire condo with bologna. I feel like.
Are we talking red string bologna?
Like I think that looks like red string bologna, right?
Yeah, to me it did.
That looks like red string bologna.
Yeah, you gotta have red string's a little different. It's all still disgusting, but that shit had its own attitude. Red
string did taste different than the Oscar Mayer bologna.
It did.
Yeah, it did. So apparently this is like a thing, So he got charged $500. On January 7th, they seized 20 pounds of undeclared pork. And I don't even know what that means. Like the whole pig? Was it just pork chops? Like was it bacon?
What's undeclared?
Nobody was like, hey, I got this pork.
Right. So basically what the process is when you have meat or cheese and certain beverages, when you go through customs, you have to declare those things. You have to say that I have these things and I am bringing them into the country, and they still may check them or take them from you. It just depends.
Yo, real quick, it's 11 o'clock. I gotta dip. I gotta get up early as shit.
Okay. All right. Bye.
I love y'all.
Love you too.
I'm gonna give y'all a little bit.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so
I don't know how to leave.
Okay, there you go. I'm not editing any of this shit out. I don't have time for this. Anyways,
all right.
So another time, 88 pounds of swine meat. And again, is there something different than undeclared pork and swine meat?
I have no idea. That sounds like all the same shit to me.
It really does.
So basically, they just differentiating. Like it's swine. Like was that pig? Was that not the good cut of the pig? Was that like pig hooves? And that's why you calling it swine?
Exactly. All right. So anyway, apparently you can't do that shit. I mean, but that makes sense though. Like especially now, you just can't be bringing trunk meat over here. Like that just generally
no trunk meat. Well, yeah, don't do that. That's gross. I don't know. My bacon rode around in your trunk for 8 hours while you brought it across the border. I don't need that.
Yeah,
it's been a long 2021 already been long. I don't need that.
You don't need no tainted bologna sandwich.
Yeah, I don't need tainted bacon and bologna sandwiches. No.
oh my God. Okay, so speaking of tainted stuff and what is happening with people? Okay, first of all, I'm always interested in understanding how people are still getting catfish nowadays. Because there's like a show about it, and like on that show, they even like teach you how you can just check yourself without even needing them for it.
Yeah, that really and then I think like pretty much every social media site or dating site, they have a disclaimer. Like if you look at the fringes of them and like the outside of like the profiles, they definitely all say, you know, if anyone on the site asks you to send money or anything like that, it could be a possible, you know, don't do it. It could be possibly a scam. Report these people, and then they tell you how to report someone who's doing that. And it's literally on every dating site and every social media site. They don't want you to get scammed. They literally are telling you people will scam you. Do not send them your money.
Don't let them scam you.
They're trying. I A for effort. They're definitely trying to help you hold on to your cash, and people are just like, no, I want to be catfished.
So bad.
Like, so motherfuckers, they love love. They love love so much that they're willing to be catfished in the year of our Lord 2021.
Okay, and let's say that that's all fine, right? But then we have an issue of like, are you believing that a famous person is talking to you on the internet?
I just want to point out that famous people do get on dating sites, but they have like dating sites for famous people where they can be
for them.
Other famous people.
They're not coming to be with a Brokey McGee.
Like they're not getting on Bumble, guys.
Meet you on the street. They're not getting there. They're not. Have a Tinder.
They're not getting on Bumble. Like you might get, there's a few that be in some Instagram DMs from their official account, but obviously that's their official account. I mean, if you want to get flued out to be a nut rag, that's a completely separate situation from what we're talking about.
63. You're right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. A 63-year-old woman from North Texas was involved in a scam between September and October where a nigga named Chinwendu Azonwu, I think I did good.
I like it.
But he scammed her out of $100,000 pretending to be your boy BruNO Mars. Could you, bitch? Okay, so I know that you remember. I know that you remember.
I remember the lady that got catfish because I told her the thing said she was Bow Wow.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna say. That's like fucking exactly what I was gonna fucking say. So you fucking remember it.
Listen, but also in her defense, she thought she was talking to Bow Wow, but the person also sent her $10,000 that they fucking scraped up. Remember that's why she thought.
Oh yeah, from like other people, like, and they paired it together and right. Okay, so I will give her that. I did forget about that. I'll give her that.
Because I was confused too. Like, why would you think little Bow Wow was like Bow Wow? Or I'm sorry, not little Bow Wow was talking to you, and then she was like, "Well, he sent me $10,000. If a motherfucker sent me $10,000, I'd be inclined to believe him too."
BruNO Mars did not send her $10,000. Instead, he asked her for $10,000 to like warm up to her, and then immediately asked her for 90 G's, and she handed it to him. What the fuck kind of savings account? And why don't you have a fucking lawyer or some accountant or somebody that you just have 100,000 just to give away to a nigga? And listen, and she okay, and so you're like, okay, well, they didn't video chat or anything, but he was constantly sending her pictures of him on tour. So taking pictures off his Instagram. Like, if we're old enough to be having these like to find a way to think that you're speaking to BruNO Mars, y'all know, like, You don't know about Instagram?
See, and that's the part that was confusing to me, right? Because this happened on a dating site. This was not via DM. So somebody purported themselves to be BruNO Mars on a dating site, and a 73-year-old woman did not have the common sense and wherewithal to be like, no, I'm not talking to BruNO Mars. Also, in my mind, if you are 73 and are able to get on a dating
63,
site,
but it don't fucking matter.
well, 63. So, which 63 is not old. My mom is almost 60. So, and she's, I can see my mom.
But your mama know Instagram.
Yeah, she doesn't have an Instagram, but if I taught her how to use it, reasonably speaking, she'd be able to use it. So in my mind, it's just at 63, I'm sure you have family members, and you didn't tell any of your family members or a coworker or anybody, a trusted advisor, your priest, nothing. Hey, there's a man on a
that is not
like you didn't tell if I was on a dating site and a man messaged me and said that he was BruNO Mars, I am texting you immediately and being like, bitch, this man thinks he's BruNO Mars, because we know better. But if I did not know better, I would still text you and be like, bitch, BruNO Mars is trying to talk to me. And you would be like, bitch, no, he's not.
There's no, not that he wouldn't, but there's just not like this.
It's not realistic. Like, it's not realistic, girl. You would just be like, that's not true. Are you okay? Are you
I want that for you, but I don't think.
I really hope, but no. I hope, but no. So yeah, I just don't know how that's even possible. Like, I don't know how no one in her life told her that is not BruNO Mars. Or maybe they did tell her and she was just so willing to be in denial that she was like, no, it is. See, these are his concert pictures from his concert 2 years ago,
that he needs money for tour expenses for. So you on tour, but she got a loan. She got to send a check to a friend of your band, not even a band member, a friend of your band for tour expenses, and then 2 days later, $90,000. Because she was good for the 10.
But the ramp up to me is crazy. Like that, if
the inflation is a lot.
There are certain men, and if they don't have shit else, that certain group, they don't got shit else, they have audacity. Because if you start at 10, like, I just don't know, even if I was a scammer, like, I just don't know if I would go from 10 to 2 days later reaching for the stars and being like, let's make it an even 100,000, send me 90. Like, I think maybe you wait a couple of weeks, let that cool off and be like, hey, I'm having some trouble with my car, my rent is due, my baby's leg fell off in the microwave. Like, I think you let that breathe a little, and then you come back and maybe ask for 10,000 more, or 20,000, or you ask for like 5,000. Like, I just didn't know that the scammers was out here going from literally like 0 to 100.
Go big or go to jail.
Balls to the literal jail cell wall.
Yes, like, listen. And they didn't say how they even found out that it happened. She must have told somebody, and somebody fucking called the police immediately. Like,
see, and maybe that's it. Because if they did that over the course of 2 days, then surely this couldn't be very long, right? She had to be talking to this person for maybe like a week or two. She hadn't really told anybody yet. They scammed her, and then she told like her granddaughter or something. Her granddaughter was like,
I can see that. And she'd be like,
her granddaughter was like, what? And then she immediately called her mom. Meanwhile, sent BruNO Mars $90,000. Like, fucking inheritance, mom. Like, I can definitely see them like going off the rails.
I can see that. So he's clearly a scammer.
Definitely white. She's definitely white.
She's definitely white. He's definitely a scammer. And what happens with stuff like this? Like, she don't get that money back. Like, he would have
if they have it to give back. She can try to. Yeah. She can try to get restitution. She could try to do a civil case to maybe try to get the money back, but normally she's not going to. Like, unless he didn't spend it and they have some way to trace it and they were able to retrieve it, but
yeah.
I doubt it's still there because why would you? Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure he took that money out of the account. Like,
It literally makes no sense for it to have still been sitting there.
No, like if he did that, then he's horrible. He's a horrible scammer. Like
he's doing really bad.
well, he's doing really bad
anyway,
because he got caught. So
yeah, exactly. So speaking of things that are going really bad, a Tennessee guy got shot after he was trying to film a prank for YouTube. Like shot like dead. Like
that was very stupid.
And it was very stupid of him. Basically, he was killed in the parking lot of a Nashville business on Friday night after a robbery prank for a YouTube channel went wrong. So they approached a group of people with butcher knives as part of the prank. So not even fake knives here. We're talking about like actual weapons, right? And the person that they ran up on obviously wouldn't have known it was a prank. And he pulled out his fucking gun and he shot him because you're not about to rob me and my friends.
So
and that's the end of the story, y'all.
How do the kids say it? Prayers down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with prayers down. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that information. Like play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Because
when are we going to just stop doing things for other people's
YouTube is not even really that popular. Like YouTube is really not popping like that for you to sacrifice life and limb to try to film a prank. Like I would like to believe that maybe people watch his YouTube channel, maybe it's monetized, and that's, you know, good for him. But it's really hard to spend the money when you're dead. And I just don't know why you would do something. Like, I'm trying to find words to not be really, really horrible and shitty because this person is dead. But I feel like he kind of deserves to be dead. Like,
well, it's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't care. I'm trying to think like, oh, well, he's sheltered. Maybe he didn't think, but like, I don't know that that's a thing. Like, I don't think that somebody can be so sheltered that they don't think that if you approach somebody with a weapon, that if they have a weapon, they might use it.
well, so I also thought like when you did like the YouTube pranks or whatever, that like it's either like I thought they did harmless pranks, like you prank your grandma and put some yogurt or like some stupid shit where you put a pie in the face or they spill something on themselves. But I thought the stuff where it was like that type of shit, it was staged, like they get their friends to be involved or something, so everybody knows what's going on.
Right.
Like, why would you do a prank that involves weapons with people that don't know you're doing a prank? That's like me running into the bank with a fake gun and being like, oh, this is a stick up, give me all the money. And then when they shoot my ass, being like, oh, this is a fake gun and I'm shooting this for YouTube. See my GoPro tapped to my shirt. Like,
see, the thing about that Jamie Kennedy show is that they like definitely checked to make sure nobody had weapons on them before they did that shit.
Which is very, yeah. So, yeah, prayers down. Good luck to him, his family.
Yeah, and all right. So anyway,
like I don't know what to say there. That's horrible, but you're dumb. God, you're dumb.
Real dumb. Like I don't even know what to say about it. So anyway, speaking of things that are dumb, so Super Bowl Sunday, right? Not the most exciting game, right?
Not the most exciting halftime, but we all survived.
Not the most exciting evening. We'll just put that all together. But some people, regardless of what's happening, regardless of who's winning, how far apart the scores are, they want to watch the whole fucking game. And a guy beat his girlfriend up for switching the channel during Super Bowl. Now, fun fact, I found out that this shit happens every year. This is just one of the ones that popped up this year. Apparently, it is a high domestic violence day.
I can see that.
Because your team losing shit, so you just like punching the air and bitches just be in the way, like.
Well, that, but also, people are a little bit more loose. They drink more, so when people get drunk, they feel a little whatever. So not
handsy,
little handsy and fisty and feety. We'll say little handsy and feety.
Oh my god,
little fisty and feety is what we'll say.
Little fisty and kicky. But let's say stompy.
Yeah, look karate choppy. They do a lot.
Little choppy.
Yeah, so I can see that. I think that's probably the case. And then you have women, you have wives who are probably making all the food and trying to keep everybody happy and placated, and that's not working. And their team is losing. Next thing you know, handsies and kicksies.
Right, I get it. So, Thomas Lamar White, 55. I like to try to like guess like what shade of person this is going to be. I very much thought it was a white person. It was definitely a black person. I was very shocked.
Shocked the shit out of me when I scrolled down and saw that picture.
1 point for you, life. But anyway, so
what was it? Google +1? Yeah, plus yes. 1 you. Plus one Florida. You got me that time.
Right, because it had all the fixings to be like a white person. It was a Florida man, Super Bowl Sunday, beating up a girlfriend, changing the channel. It had all the fixings to be a Caucasian story, and it was a black story, and I'm just very shocked. Anyway, he's being charged with felony battery. A report said that basically he was arguing with his girl after she changed the channel away from the Super Bowl. And basically that was it. Like he just fucking started to fucking wail on her. She had cuts on her face and her chin, a bloody nose. Her wrist was swollen. Her hand was swollen. It was blood on the walls. It was bad. Was he betting on the game? Was he winning? Like,
how much money did he lose? Because
I don't know.
That's a lot of that's very busy. That's a lot of that's a lot of fists and kicks for. But that's a lot, like blood on the walls because he turned off the soup. It's something else going on there. Okay.
Listen. I'm just here to report what they said. Like I don't know. Like
it's something else going on there. Apparently, he had another domestic violence charge prior to this one.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so maybe he likes the punches and the kicks. Maybe that's the thing.
Maybe.
Sometimes niggas are abusive and they just be abused. Like it's like I know that sounds horrible and messed up, but sometimes they're just abusive and then they just don't stop being abusers. So then she didn't cook the chicken wings long enough and she turned off the Super Bowl and away we go. So
because he asked her to make a fucking taco ring. She didn't and now my fucking team is losing. It's too much, bitch. I can't take it. Like
it's too much. I done lost money on my bet, and here we are. And the weekend
I can't beat up Patrick, so
I can't beat up the quarterback boy. And then the weekend got up here and sang these haunted strip club songs, and
not the haunted strip club. Yes, nigga, yes. He makes haunted strip club. Oh my god, haunted strip club music.
That's exactly what it is. It's I had coke and back alley sex music. Like that's absolutely what it is.
Oh my god, I'll never forget this.
Yes, he definitely makes music for Mystery Inc. and the band, girls. It's a lot.
Oh god,
a lot, girl. The haunted strip club.
Let's just speaking. I don't want to say speaking of haunted, but like I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know why I'm like this. I really
See it.
don't
I
mean to
feel
be.
so bad because I'm going to hell because I'm still up here laughing, imagining that man doing a 1-2 like ball change kick punch on there. Like I really like that nigga really like went Muhammad Ali on that poor lady. And like
He really did.
and I'm just sitting here thinking about her, like him fucking bobbing and weaving, like really punching the shit out of her because she turned off that lopsided ass game.
It
She
was
probably
very
was like,
lopsided.
he was probably drunk and she was like, okay, go to bed. It's over. Like the money's already lost, bro. They're not coming back. Can I watch?
There's nothing they can do.
Can I watch The Crown on Netflix now? Like she probably was just like, let me watch it. Like, can I watch my recorded shows? Like, I just want to watch my show.
I don't feel like we need to continue to see this.
Like it's over. Like I just want to watch WandaVision and clean up the goddamn kitchen, sir. Go to bed. It's over.
Please,
and next thing she knew, he was just fucking karate chopping his ass through the air. But what he didn't have was a samurai sword. So see,
yeah. And if he would have though, so let's move on to some shit. And I brought this one up because I thought that this was interesting. This is just like feels like something that like it's just interesting. So there is a grandfather who has most recently been sentenced to 3 years probation from pleading guilty to the death of his 18-month-old granddaughter aboard a Royal Caribbean cruise ship back in 2019.
I do remember reading the original story.
Okay, so basically he was playing with his granddaughter on this cruise ship, and according to some people, maybe the window should have been locked. According to other people, maybe don't hang a child out of 11th floor window.
Yeah, so the way they explained it is, I guess, is that it was a bunch of glass or plexiglass, or it was all looked like it was supposed to be one panel of glass or some shit. So grandpa just picked the baby up, and basically the space where he picked her up into, there was not any glass, and the baby just fell.
Just fell through 115 feet.
She died, and he's pleading guilty because he says that his family just needs to move on a hill. I would probably push my grandfather off of the ship.
It just doesn't.
And here's the thing. Like, I'm not saying that what he's saying is not true, because I don't see what benefit or reason he would have to just throw his granddaughter out of a window for no reason.
Could his hands have just slipped? Like, could it have just been an accident?
Well, I mean, I absolutely think it's an accident, but I just don't know that.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that he did it.
I mean, he did it. Like, he definitely did it.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still pushing him off the back of the boat. Like, it don't matter.
Yeah.
I'm down a kid. I'd also be down a grandpa. And I mean, I'm okay with it. I sometimes you have to make the tough choices in life, and I am perfectly willing to make those decisions and stand up in them. So grandpa would definitely be off the back of the ship. And they'd be like, "Where's your grandpa? We want to charge him with murder." And I'd be like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't have a grandpa. I've never had a grandpa. There is no grandpa. What alternate reality are you living in? Who the fuck are you here to arrest?"
Exactly.
Like, I wouldn't know anything about anything. So
basically, the grandpa and the rest of the family are blaming Royal Caribbean because they'll get more money out of it this way. Like, and so they're basically saying, I mean, I guess, I don't know. It just feels this. I just can't ever think of a time where I've hung a kid. I've had a kid so close to death like that before. So it just feels like Grandpa had a lot of his all-inclusive drinks. And
I guess in my mind, even when the first story came out about it, I wanted to see what they were talking about. So maybe I need to Google it again and see if maybe I can see the window or what they're talking about. Because in my mind, I mean, which I've not been on a cruise. And so in my mind, I'm just like, okay, well, what part of the deck were they on where he was like, oh, let me hold her up over the fucking deck? Like, there's like, You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what part of the boat were you on where you thought it would be prudent to hold a toddler
and
up?
Safe. And safe.
Like, maybe, okay, so maybe there are other parts of the boat he had done it before, like held her, like put her. In my mind, I'm thinking like maybe, you know how if you, like if there's a window or something, and you know the window is closed, like at your house or something, and somebody's outside and your kid is inside, you might boost them up and sit them on the sill so they can like wave out the window or knock on the window. But you know it's closed, and you have the kid around the waist. Like, you're not gonna just like throw the baby out the, like, I'm trying to envision in my mind what that looks like, and I'm just like, why would you not have a firm grip on the toddler? And so then when you sat the toddler up there and there was no glass, like, you'd have been like, oh shit, this wind whipping, let's get down. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the context is, and I can't imagine it. Like, I guess that's why it's so hard. Like, I want to believe that it was an accident because there's no reason for it to have not been an accident.
Exactly. But it's also like, were you being a little bit negligent?
Like, you were being super negligent, because the only person I've ever seen do that to a baby is Michael fucking Jackson. So,
and he had a firm grip on that baby.
firm grip on that baby, under the arms, tucked tight, like the baby was the fucking winning Super Bowl touchdown in a throw. Like, he had the baby hooked. So I'm gonna Google, because I definitely need to see what these windows look like, because I can't, like, it doesn't excuse anything, but you're trying to sue Royal Caribbean for having windows on a ship.
Basically. So, right, I was going to say, that's why he pled guilty, was so that they can continue on with the civil case against Royal Caribbean for having a wall of glass with no indication that the windows could open. That's what they're saying.
But why would you need an indication? But why would you need an indication that the windows,
like, you're on a cruise ship in the middle of an ocean, like, you don't
think that
nothing. What?
it's like when people, that'd be like me going to a hotel, staying on like the 59th floor, and then like suing the hotel because I wanted to kill myself and I tried to throw myself out the window and then knock myself unconscious because the windows don't open that high up. Like,
yeah, basically. Yeah.
Well, bitch, they don't want you to commit suicide. Of course the windows don't fucking open that high up. Motherfuckers like to jump. Like,
right, exactly.
The cruise ship. You know, sometimes the windows are open because sometimes people like a breeze, girl. Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose, and I hate that.
The civil case is set for April, but it's not. I don't see how it's looking good for them.
I will say that, like, a lot of times in civil cases, they will settle out of court just because they don't want the bad publicity. But I also think that it's one of those things where I don't know. The incident is not bad enough. Like, she's dead, obviously. Like, I'm not that, which is horrible. His baby's dead, and her grandfather is to blame. But I don't know how much responsibility you can give Royal Caribbean in that.
For you holding a kid 115 feet up.
Right, because the average person is like, well, why were you even holding her up over the rail in the first place? That doesn't sound safe. So I don't know that they'll get any money, like, winning. But if they are loud enough about it and make a big enough stink about it, then Royal Caribbean may be willing to arbitrate and settle for an undisclosed amount if they will just shut the fuck up, which is normally what these corporations do.
Basically.
They're like, I would rather pay you to shut the fuck up than you keep going to the media talking about how my ship is unsafe.
Right.
Which it's not unsafe, but it's only as safe as you allow it to be by not standing on the railings and trying to hang out the windows. But you know what the fuck do I know? I don't work at Royal Caribbean. I just have windows and doors. I just have windows and doors at my fucking house that I don't hold toddlers out of. But
that's it.
Far be it from me.
So another instance where I definitely thought that this person was black this time, and it turns out that they were white, still in Florida. So listen, I think I'm gonna start playing the game. Florida man, white or black? Like, so A police
just
raid.
looked at his mugshot just now.
Yes, so white. So white. So a police raid has been taking place outside of a restaurant, right? One of like the fucking county's like most famous restaurants. He sells Chi-Town Chicago Italian beefs and hot dogs, right? But he also sells cocaine, fentanyl, ecstasy, marijuana, and a variety of prescription pills.
Sounds like a very lucrative business.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's nothing more than on the side of an Italian beef that I want besides fentanyl. Like,
I mean, it's how I like mine. You know, some people like a little relish, a little mustard. Yeah. But I myself would rather you just, sprinkle a little zany on top, and that just really sets it off for me. Brings out the flavor.
Yeah, it really does. So, he was basically caught at a fucking traffic stop with his son. They found fentanyl and marijuana on their person. That same day, they searched the son's home and found even more drugs and $500,000 in cash. So then they were obviously like, let's go check out the store.
Jesus.
But basically, at the store, they collected $18,000 in cash and all of those drugs I just mentioned. Was he selling more drugs and sandwiches? I believe so.
Yeah, maybe the hot dogs
Italian beefs are delicious.
They are delicious, but maybe they really are. Maybe it was just a front. Like the Italian beefs were like decent, but like the drugs were really like the coke was top notch, and the Italian beefs were just okay.
Right. You go for the Italian beefs, but you stay for the ecstasy.
Yeah, you stay for a little dessert, little toppy.
Right.
Right. Which is just crazy when you like. I wonder how long he was selling drugs. Like, because in my mind, if you sell drugs long enough, you have the money to go legit. You just go legit. You leave the drugs the fuck alone, right? Like, eventually you have to get out of it and not do the drug shit anymore. Keep doing the drug shit. Eventually somebody's going to tell them you're going to get caught. So you quit. You go legit. You quit doing the drug shit when you don't have to. So if you have 50 grand stashed there and you got another 18 grand at the store, and then you have all these drugs that you would have had to have purchased or obtained some way. Like, why are you still
doing this?
Like, it seems like you're just doing it for fun now. Like, you like to sell, like, the hot dogs are cool or whatever, but you just like to sell drugs. Like, you don't even need you don't need the money at this point. Like, you have a legitimate front to launder the money. Like, hell, if anything else, quit selling drugs and launder money for other people. Let them buy some hot dogs off you or some shit. Like, let them invest in the business. Any fucking thing.
It's something, right? Like get a fucking food truck or some shit. Listen, I can't. Listen. And they said that this is only a few blocks away from the fucking sheriff's office. Like the restaurant. So I'm like, now wait a minute.
White. You know he white.
How could this happen?
When you said that, you knew they was white. And see, the crazy part is now that you said that man's probably been selling drugs the entire time that place has been open. And the sheriff's probably going there, having hot dogs, talking to shit, getting cups of coffee, enjoying it. Oh, yeah, he's got the best Italian beefs in town. Like, they're probably having a grand old fucking time.
Right. Yep.
And he thought he wouldn't get caught. And now you got all the drugs. But also, why are the drugs in their car?
So many. Like,
why did you need so many? Like, if you have them at home and you have them at the Italian beefs
in there though?
Like were you on a delivery? Was it DoorDash? Like, what were you doing? And also, like, was the son also a part of the business? Because
I guess it seemed like from the article they raided his house.
Well, I'm just saying, because if they raided the son's house and they were in the car together, they were like, "Oh, let me raid your business." But like, was it the son's car? Because then I'm like, it just sounds like the son sells drugs, right? So then,
and maybe leave my Italian beefs out of this.
Yeah, like, how did you get a warrant to search my place of business when it just looks like my son sells drugs? Like, He might be out soon, girl. He might be out soon.
Good enough lawyer, he might be out.
Listen, I hope he stashed some cash and maybe the grandma at Gigi house or somebody's. Not drugs at Gigi's, but maybe just got a little, just a little bail money stash to go towards a good lawyer. Because enough money for a good lawyer, that sounds like an illegal search and seizure to me. Because you can't prove none of this shit is mine. So unless my son ratted on me, bitch, it sounds like you just came up in here and assumed I was selling drugs, and I run a reputable Italian beef business. I don't know anything about that. All you get is mustard in here. I don't know anything about the fentanyl in the back.
I know nothing about anything else. Nothing.
I don't know. These people are horrible drug dealers. Like, I just want people to commit crimes better. Like, look, I can tell you that I gave a fuck that they committed the crimes, but truly,
I just want them to do better.
I just want them to commit the crimes better. Like, maybe not murder or whatever, not the, rape or whatever. But if you sell drugs, like if you sell weed, I don't want you to get caught. I don't want you selling weed. I don't want you to go to jail for that. I just want you to sell it better so you don't go. I want you to sell it better. So you don't go. That's it. Like, be smarter. Be smarter, drug dealers. That's it.
All right. Well, that's it. Thank you, VJ. It is now time for the one-up for the week. I think I just heard your one-up.
What was it?
Be better drug dealers.
Oh shit, that was very motivational for those of you who sell drugs. Oh shit, that was very motivational. Yeah, don't to add to that, like if you sell drugs, probably don't also do those same drugs. Like if you sell coke, don't also do the coke.
Find something else.
Yeah, and additionally, I know Valentine's Day just passed. So go get yourself some half price candy. Treat yourself, definitely. And I want you guys to know that I'm very proud of you, because I got on social media and y'all posted nice, loving messages to your friends and your families, and you hugged each other and talked about your dogs. And really, there wasn't a lot of bullshit. Like, I was pleasantly surprised. Y'all behaved for the most part. Now, some of you were a little upset because your boyfriend is married or whatever. And that, but I feel like you kind of knew what that was about. But
today's her day. Today's her day.
I'm just really proud of y'all. I feel like I feel like I'm proud of y'all. For once, Black History Month, we managed to get through it to this point without y'all ripping each other apart about Valentine's Day. Everyone was very kind and gracious to each other, and a proponent of loving whoever the fuck you can be in contact with to love because of Corona. So maybe it's because of Corona, y'all were just very gracious to each other. I'm not entirely
sure. Possible. It's possible. Well,
that's it. I just want y'all to love each other. So I'm glad you did.
And I just don't want you guys to love each other too hard. So just one Viagra. And if you happen to, because again, Valentine's Day was just yesterday. And if you took more than one, it's okay. Just call the cops right now. Call the police. Call somebody. Call everybody. The ambulance. Maybe not the police. Call the ambulance. And just let them know. And that's it.
And if you're in Texas, we're snowed in. I know they said not to call unless it was a dire emergency, because we're a little overloaded with emergency services right now. That definitely counts as an emergency.
It definitely does.
Please go before your penis explodes.
Yeah, so that's it. Thanks, VJ, for being here. Thanks, Penrose, for being here while you were here for a moment. I'm very excited about our next episode of All Docked Up. I just wanted to.
I would also like to thank Penrose's car.
Yes, thanks Penrose's car. Like
and your dinging.
And the dinging, then he just left the door open for like 30 seconds. So that was fun.
So shout out to his car.
All right. Well, guys, I'm Chris. That's VJ. Penrose was here. This is Shenanigans with Friends, episode 107. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.